When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
Just before we check in with Catherine Hogan about the situation with multi-level classes making a comeback in Quebec schools, I want to bring this topic to you because it is Remembrance Day. And in less than half an hour now, we will be going to CJAD 800's Andrew Carter's Remembrance Day programming. That's going to start at after the 10:45 traffic update. So I'm pleased to welcome to CJAD 800 Lieutenant Colonel, retired, Bruno Plourde, former commanding officer of the Black Watch, a.k.a. the Royal Highland Regiment. Lieutenant Colonel, thanks for joining us on CJAD.
Pleasure to join you.
You're here to tell us a little bit about Le Sentier, also known as The Trail, an organization which helps veterans transition to life after the forces. As they move back into their communities, they get themselves set up in jobs maybe not related to the military and something completely different. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the common obstacles that people who served in the forces face when they leave the forces?
I will say the major challenge is society integration, in the sense of you work in an enclosed or almost an alternate society where teamwork, unlimited liability, risk is basically what you trained for. And you don't think about your time. You don't think about it. It's all about the group. It's all about the team. You come in and you got all the services that goes with it. It means school, medical, dental, everything is around you. And all of a sudden, when you get out of the army or the armed forces, now you have to find a doctor. Now you have to find a school for your children if you still got some. You have to adapt to a society where all the services you, I will say, unconsciously take for granted are not as available as they used to.
So what can Le Sentier do to kind of smooth the path for people leaving the forces?
Often could be as simple as a conversation group. Tell the veterans that although they find themselves kind of at loss, that men and women that were in uniform can actually come here and rebuild a social network within the community, because most of the veterans that are evolving around the Sentier are also veterans that integrated in society. So they can actually have support. And, okay, this is how we do. That's why we do it. People that got medical issue, how to fill the forms for Veterans Affairs, how to cope with the wait time to have an answer from the Veterans Affairs, find services within their communities. These are the main things that we are trying to offer, kind of a one-stop shop for a veteran that got issues, big or small, to help them getting in.
It's interesting that you bring up the sense of creating a little community, because I went to high school with a couple of people who ended up going into the forces and being career forces people. So they're out now. They kind of aged out and are building new lives and new careers for themselves. But I noticed that they call each other brother and sister. And that really struck me, that in the forces, there must be this sense that you're surrounded by people who are walking the same path as you are. And when you leave, it's different. You're not surrounded by people in your new job who may feel that way, that there's, no comradeship or a sense of a common purpose. Is this something that you've heard from veterans as well?
That's what we live. You're going from a we approach. The best way for me to paraphrase it is, the Army is all about the we. It's all about the mission and do whatever it takes, all the way to the ultimate sacrifice to achieve it. you don't find anything as like as big a commitment as that in civilian life. So if people got operational experience or even just going on exercise and everything, everybody rely on each other training for a place where actually a conflict zone. So there's no parallel to that in the Canadian society. So when you go back and you want to put that type of commitment in the civilian society, people look at you weird. No, I got a job. It's not a profession, or it's not a vocation for certain people. It's literally a vocation because they leave their families, they go away for a long time, they live experience all by themselves. And these experiences are so intense for a human being that bonds that will be created are bigger. That bond will be bigger and stronger than a civilian that will have their day-to-day life.
Do you think there's a misunderstanding in Canadian society about how easy it is to transition out of the forces? What do you think Canadians really should know about that transition period?
I would say, before everything else, veterans or military people that serve in the military are human beings. They were member of community, or they're soon to be member of a community when they leave the army. Don't wait 11 November. Every day, if you hear there's a veteran and you that just came in your community, go forward. They will not bite. Mm-hmm. They just talk to them, understand what they're going to. Just see the person behind the uniform, or the lack of uniform at that point, and be curious about it. Often we just leave. The veterans are there, and they're not used to ask for help because it's always about the others. So it's something. If you see a veteran, you meet a veteran, or you hear there's a veteran in your community, go for it. They will not tell you horror stories. They will just be happy to talk to another human being and build a new community, or a new sense of community with you.
Was that one of the challenges that you faced when you left the forces? Now as a retiree, or was there another challenge that you faced?
That was the main one. The other one is find something rewarding. Not everybody. In my case, I was lucky enough to have Le Sentier as a project, but not everybody is able to find either a fruitful or a rewarding occupation, either a job or a hobby, depending in which condition you leave the armed services. It's a big world.
Is there a way that the public can help Le Sentier? You talked about not being afraid to go and engage with people in the community who have service in their past, to be open to them because they're human beings. Is there some other way that Canadians can help with Le Sentier's services?
If interested, you can apply to be a volunteer. We got service centers in NDG, in Monkland Village. We got one in Dorval, one in Mirabel that is a bit further away. Just show up and see what they can do. We got music program, we got yoga, we got creative arts program for veterans. Again, the idea is to take the veterans out of their home and bring them in community and use these activities, music and other arts, to build a sense of belonging, or build their social network that they lost when they left the armed forces. That's the best way.
Lieutenant Colonel Bruno Plourde, first of all, thank you very much for your service to Canada, and thank you very much for the interview this morning.
Thank you so much for taking the time to hear me out.
The organization is called Le Sentier, Service de Transition pour Vétérans, or the Trail Veteran Transition